Alright guys, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if you can't, I'll probably just voice over what I'm doing. We've got a GMC here, top kick, bucket truck. I've worked on this many times before. The problem that we have with this one right here is the airline broke on us the other day. You can see right here the airline, it was leaking right there, so I had to get one. And I tried everywhere I could to try to get me one that's like this here, but I couldn't find nowhere that had this special little end on there. So I'm going to show you how to get this line here off, because I don't know if you can see it now, but it's got this like little snap thing ring in there, and it's kind of like on a 97 Ford, that around 97 around in there. They had these special little clips for the fuel injector. You would stick it down inside there and push it in there, and then you could pull the lines off. But this one here it's made like that, but you can't get no tool down inside there. So let me get the hood open up on this, and I'll show you exactly what all we had to do on there to get this, and we'll show you how to get it back down in there. Guys, here's the new line here, and if you can see here, I don't know if you can see or not, but this here would be the part number. I can leave the part number down in the description for y'all. The reason I want to make a little video on this right here is because I looked online there, trying to find if anybody on there had like a part number for this thing, and I couldn't find nothing nowhere, anywhere. I looked on YouTube trying to find a part number for it, looked on Google, and finally I was able to. Most of the time you run the VIN number, and I run the VIN, they couldn't figure nothing out with it either as far as this line. But just luckily I kept on doing a bunch of research on there, and I finally found a part number. So like I said, it's got all, you know, it's a genuine part, like I said, quantity one. This one here is the same exact one as the other side. Both of these are exactly the same. There's nothing no different from the driver's side, the passenger side. So like I said, I wanted to make a video to show, you know, what to do on this and get on there, because like I said, I don't know if there's not a whole lot of information on there, these GMC top kicks out there, as far as putting something like this there on there. You can find them on there all day long with the ones that's got, you know, like regular DOT3 or DOT4 brake fluid that goes through the lines and stuff, but nothing with the air system. So I'll quit rambling on around here and show y'all exactly where it goes at. It goes right here, and then there's a bolt in the frame here. I got my light here so I can show y'all. Here it sits in here, right there. Right there's where it sits at. And let's put this here. There's a little rubber O-ring piece that goes over this right here, and that makes it to where you can't, it keeps it clean inside there. But this one right here, the rubber was pretty much gone, just a little bitty piece on the bottom. This has got a pretty good little amount of rust right here with this spot. But anyways, right here where this little piece is, where that rubber is, there's like a little metal clip that's in the rubber. You put your screwdriver behind this right here, and you pry it around. I'm sure they got a special tool that you can stick down in there and pull it to you to where it gets an even grip around all of them. But what I did was like I said, I just kept working this around. And when I done that, down inside here, inside where this little clip is, down inside here, as you can see, there's like a little snap ring in there. As you can see it right there. And what that does is that opens it up to where this will slide off. It'll slide right back on there easy. But as far as getting it to go back down in there, excuse me, to get it to come off, that's what you have to do. So like I said, you just snap it on there, and this in here is just a swivel in. So but what I did when I took it off is I took this one off first, and then I just slid that one on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put me a little bit of grease. Not saying that you need it, but I'm just going to put me just a tad bit of grease on this right here. So when it goes in there, it keeps that in there lubricated, and it'll keep this here lubricated on the outside, which it just sits there, and then that piece of rubber is going to be going around this little O-ring right here, and that just keeps debris out of there. But since that one there is missing, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this full of grease and put a bunch of grease around it, because that little piece right there on that part number there, I tried to get that, and they did not have one, and they said that to get that little piece there, you'd be about 3 months of getting one. so I just said I just had to do what I gotta do for now, and then eventually if one does come in, I told him just to keep me updated. You know, if one came in fast, you know, one come in sooner than what this one here is. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna show you how you just snap. It just snaps right down in there. It's nothing hard to do it, but it takes a little, you know, it takes a little bit of maneuvering just to get it down in there. So let me grab a little bit of grease here real quick and see if we can't get this slid in there, and I'll show you how to do it. So, like I said, the best way to do this is unbolt it off the frame first. There's one bolt that goes in here. I think it's a 13 millimeter. You take and pop that out to where you can get to this line easier from this side, and that makes it a whole lot easier to try to work this away, because I had to take this bracket here off where the radiator is, because the way it sits in there was a pain. So I took this bracket here off. I put this cable here for a battery cable line. I put it back over there, and then this little piece here goes for the windshield wipers. I pushed all that stuff out of the way as well, just so that it would be out of my way and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So the best thing to do here is like I said, just get it down in here. Make sure there ain't no wires or nothing in the way, and then make sure you got. If you don't get it exactly where that piece right there is, you can spin it around. Once it gets inside there, it'll spin 360 with no problem. But like I said, just slide it in there, just like that right there. And once you, I mean, that's as easy as it is. Just slide it in there, and then once you do that there, just spin this around like this, and it'll sit right back in the frame, just like that there. So like I said, there's nothing too hard about getting it in there. I just wanted, like I said, to make a video on it, because like I said, there's nothing online showing nothing about nothing as far as putting that on there. And I was like, man, I'm sure somebody else is probably going to run into this same problem. And like I said, if somebody on there has, if somebody on there, you know, is looking for, you know, how to do this or whatever, you know, you can definitely, you know, they'll definitely be able to, you know, relate to doing what they need to do. Another thing too, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spin this. I don't like the way this is so kinked up right here. This is actually supposed to be straight with it, just like this. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna take and, you got to be careful, because you will break that brass fitting off. This is brass here. You will break that brass fitting off in there. So what I'm going to do is I just want to turn it just a little bit to get it kind of straight, because it's still got this in kind of a kink. And I'll get underneath there and we'll put that. I'll get underneath there and we'll put that bolt in there, and I'll show you how tight it is on that back side. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the light's kind of like right in the dang on way. But anyways, that nut, it goes on up here. GoPro here, I'm trying to get it set up here. But anyways, you can see it's right there is where that nut is. Right there where my fingers are. I don't know if you can, I don't think you can see it. Right there, there's where that nut goes on that one spot right there. It goes up through there. Tighten, you gotta tighten it down there. This is where that goes. Like I said, it ain't gotta be extremely tight. Like I said, I thought it was a 13, but it's actually a 1/2 inch is what it is. I put some anti-seize on this one. My camera, I just knocked off. Like I said, I put some, when I did, I put some anti-seize on it, so I didn't have to worry about it. And then, like I was saying, right up here, like I was saying, right up here, there's like a rubber gasket that goes around that. I'm just going to fill that full of grease. Just because I can't find, well, I could find it, but for now, I don't have that little piece. So I'm gonna put a bunch of grease around it just to kind of keep it from rusting up. Because if any rust gets inside that little thing in there, it will probably be impossible to get it out. I'd probably have to buy all new lines for it. But like I said, I'm gonna turn this real quick. Hopefully, I sprayed it with some spray to see if I can get it to free itself up there for just a second. Like I said, you can see it down there on that thing right there. But I spent half the damn morning running around getting parts. Here we go on that. Getting parts and stuff, and so I finally got all the dang parts that I needed. So then I got another truck I got to work on. I'm just going to be easy with this because, like I said, if I know my luck, hit some it'll break it plumb off there. Yeah, it's tight. So I mean, that's the way it was before. So. I guess it should be fine. I mean, that's the way the other one is that way too, but I just don't really like the way that is, really, in all honesty. Make sure it's good and tight. So I got that there tight. As far as this one line here goes for the ABS, it just wraps up around there, and then I'm gonna silicone that one there up. But the other side is exactly like this one. You know, it's got that little bend, so I mean, I guess that's the way that they want it. But if I could have got this turned around here, I definitely would have. I know I could probably put some heat in there and get it spun around there, but I think it'll be just fine. I don't think I had no worries with it. Like I said, now I gotta put this little rubber. There's the clips. There's them clips for that there. Hopefully I can get this damn bushing to go back in there. Let me get a screwdriver for that. So when I was trying to take this off here, this rubber bushing here, it came out. Every time I come over, that's all I hear is chickens. Let's get a pair of pliers here.
Dad, now let's go catch it, baby.
Hang on, I'm recording. Hang on. already got that in there. This just goes right back up here. Oh, there was my pliers. This is just gonna go back up in here. The thing is, I might have to get a ratchet strap. And I might have to get me a ratchet strap from here back to here because it's kind of like pushed itself out. I might be able to shut the hood and get it to do it, but I really don't think so because like I said, it's kind of got it laid out like that there. So let me get my crowbar here. All right, so what I had to do is I got to get me a ratchet strap from here. I just hooked it right up on that piece over there, and then I run it all the way down the side here. This is not, it's not got that much tension on that, and I run it to the outrigger here just so I can take and because you can see here, see how it's close, but it's not where we want it at. So we need to get it, pull it like that, a little bit more. See what that does. All right, there we go. So now, just like that there. So now we got that. Get one more click. Need to let it off some and see if it. There it goes. There it went. Perfect. Like I said, just work the strap back like that. Get the strap back off here. And here's, like I said, here's the nut. Like I said, when I work on some of these trucks from the north, I can't really say the north, but this truck here did come from up north there. I like to put some anti-seize on some of this stuff just because I know I'm gonna have to work on it again. Just hook this right here back up for that, and I'll get some zip ties.
Dad, I think it died. Dad, I think it died. Yeah, I think it died.
Make a noise. Get some zip ties here. And then over here, this right here is for the battery thing. It's gonna go right back up in here. It snaps in there just like that. This piece here. So I'll get a zip tie to here. And then we're going to put another one. I think I'm going to put one right like this. Just like that. So all that there's done now. I gotta now is pick my tools here up. Set them down there. this. I think that's gonna get that thing in there for a second. And then you got pin that goes in there on the top. Pin holds that. It's just like that. This pin here. Pin goes just like that there. So here we go. Like I said, I've got this piece here put back on there. It took me a second. I couldn't exactly remember how the dang thing went on there, but got all that there done. Just gonna pick my tools up here, and I got a ditch switch over here that I need to work on. So I don't know if I'm gonna work on that just yet or not. I got to put a alternator bracket on that. So I don't know if I'll get to that today because I got so much other stuff to do. So let me get all my stuff here picked up on this job and see where else we got to go after that. Alright guys, so we're working on here right now. This is a 750 ditch witch, just like the one I worked on before. I changed the oil in this one here a while back ago. I had to put an idler on the bottom down there. I put one of them on there recently. The problem we have here today is back here in the back, the alternator bracket is broke, and it's got the alternator. Alternator's supposed to be straight like this. It's got the alternator turned like this, and the temperature on it's just running way too hot. The belt's loose, and I believe that's the whole reason why the machine's getting hot. So like I said, we got to try to get set up in here somewhere. These things are super tight to work on, so I'm gonna try to take and I'm gonna try to get you the best view that I can, but I can't make no promises here. Like I said, these things are really tight to work on. Let's see if I can get this slid down in here without, let's see, maybe I can stick it down there like this. That might be your best. I can't really say your best bet, but that's gonna be the only. Yeah, there we go. Set it just like that there. So. No, please, it's fine right there. Where's that son? Like I said, it's really tight back in here in the back, so Well, so like I said, make sure you got a good grip on your tools, because if you don't, they fall down in there. It's almost impossible to get them back out. I mean, you can take a magnet and get them, but man, it's a pain. I'll tell you what, I thought about getting me one was them little, nowadays they got them little scopes that goes on your phone or the camera. I thought about getting me one of them for tight spots. Seems like I'm always working on these little ditch witches anymore, and oh, you would be a longboat, wouldn't you? So when you bring it up out here, you'll see. Like I said, the bottom will be long, and the top one will be short. Here's the bracket. Here's the bracket here. Like I said, the other piece, it fell down in there. It fell down there in the bottom. I'll probably get a magnet. You can see there where it's broke, and I don't know why this one's bent. The other one I got, I don't think it's bent like that. We'll see real quick. We'll go here to the truck, because like I said, I did buy a brand new one. Yeah, this one's bent too. Here is the this is the ditch witch. This is the ditch witch number that you will need. But here's the Kubota number. I tried to get a hold of Kubota and didn't have no luck. So I'm surely, by buying this through Ditch Witch, I'm sure they marked it up and I had to pay extra for that. But just this little bracket here from Ditch Witch. I think just this bracket from them, it was like $100. It's like $100 and some just for this little bitty fucking bracket right here. Unbelievable. So, anyways, I'll leave the description, and the I'll also leave a description for this bracket here as well. But the first thing I got to do is I got to reach down inside there, because I don't know if the bottom alternator bolts down there or the bottom bolt feels like it's super loose, but I don't know for sure. As you can see here, hell, I'm standing in water in this trailer right here. I was gonna dump it, but I couldn't get the box open, so it is what it is. Like, at least I'm up here on these tracks here, and it shouldn't be as bad. Like I said, my boy here, he's trying to help me with this camera today. He said, I'll do the videoing for you, Dad, but like I said, it should be just fine. I'm trying to feel down there where that is. It's definitely, you can see the alternator there, how it's just moving around. But I'm trying to figure out a fucking way to get it down in there, because I'm telling you, if you have to replace like that other belt down there, you got this belt here. You got two belts on this. You got one that runs right here where the fan is to the alternator, and maybe it don't have two belts. I thought it only had one belt, but it felt like it had two belts on there. No, it's just got that one belt there. I was gonna say I thought it only had one belt, but it felt there for a second like it had two. That one's made down in there. That might just be a 1/2 inch or a 12 millimeter. If I can reach down in there, I definitely got to get it tight, and it'd be easier to get it kind of, I mean, I know you got to get it, you got to get it snugged up before you, you got to get the bracket on there first before you can snug that there up. But I'm just trying to think here. I mean, because like I said, these little damn things are Okay, there it is right there. I feel it down there now of where it is. I think I can get, once I get that bracket on there, I believe I can put it feels just the same as the top one, a 12. I think I can get that tightened up. But let me get the bracket on here first. Just luckily, this bracket, the long one goes in on the long one's going to go in on the bottom, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, I'm going to put the bracket I'm going to screw the bracket to the alternator first, just so I ain't got to worry about holding the bracket and then trying to put them other bolts in there. And then I can slide this over to where it needs to be at, because pretty much everything you're doing on this bracket here is every bit of this is by feel. So there's where that one goes into there. And this bottom here, I got it. It's down in the bracket there now. Maybe I can get the smaller one in there first, maybe. Like I said, it working on these little things here sometimes it's a pain. I ain't gonna say it's not, because you can't see nothing. And that's the last thing I want to do is drop it. But maybe, no, maybe not. Maybe I do need to put the bottom one in first, because if I put the bottom one in first, it will kind of get me lined up, I guess. I should say. The problem is it's so hard to see. You can't see nothing down inside there. I don't think I can even get my light down in there. Maybe I can get my light right there. And that kind of show me exactly where I need to go at. Yeah, there's my light. It's being an absolute pain. Like I said, this is the only reason that I've kind of dreaded kind of working on this, changing this thing out for a while now, just because I knew how big of a pain. I think I got it. Okay, finally got it in there. And then you just put the top one. With that bottom one there, you'd think that top one. That thing's got a slot in it. That way it gets you to where there it goes. It's got a slot in it that kind of gets it kind of close to where it needs to be at. Like I said, a ratchet wrench is really helpful on this job. Also on these here, you want to make sure you get them tight, because these things do vibrate a shit ton. Even if you've got... Hang on, Chris. Even if you've got a good amount of, torque on them, you definitely want to make sure that you get them, like I said, good and tight, because like I said, these some bitches, they vibrate. Hang on, son. Okay, there we go. Got that one tight. And you got this other one here, gotta get tight. I usually can get this in here with a ratchet, so hang on. The top one here. Like I said, they are 10 millimeters, so don't try to, you know, over torque them. So I got them. Got the alternator itself. I'm gonna have to get a bracket, or I'm gonna have to get a screwdriver on that there and get that there tight. So let me go grab. Probably gotta go a little screwdriver out of the truck. Alright, so like I said, just get. What I'm going to try to do is, since I need a third hand, I might have to loosen it just a little bit, not much, so let me loosen it back up just a tad bit. I got it too tight here. See if I can get it. I'm trying to pry it over to get it to stay for just a second. Right there. So that's got me. It should stay right there until I get it tight. There we go. Okay. So like I said, I've got that there. I tightened the other one up on the bottom just a second ago, so it should be good. It's good and tight now.
No, they can't see.
So, like I said, let me, we'll start it up here now and see what we got here real quick. Be good to go now. Let me check that bottom one still. I mean, I did get that bolt tight, but that thing sure is rattling still a lot. Let me see if I can get my hand down inside there real quick. Let me see if I can get y'all. Like I said, I tried to get it tight from the top, and it just didn't seem to work for me. But you can see. Let me get my light here. As you can see, right back there is the boat that we're going for. Hopefully I can get this on there. I'm hoping. Let me get you moved. Let me see. I'm probably gonna be able to show y'all exactly me getting down in there. I'm gonna try, but just the way that, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get y'all much closer in there to see what it is. It's a 15 millimeters what it is, but it's just turning on the, I think it's just turning on the outside, and that's what it was doing on me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the wrench on that front side there. More and get it out of my way, but like I said, it's so fucking tight in here. I don't even know if I'm even gonna be able to get. I'm gonna try to get a wrench in there. It feels like it's about a 15 millimeter for that one. So I'm gonna run up here to the truck and get a tool. I'm trying to see if you guys can see this. If I can get this fucking thing here to situate right there. I finally got a wrench on the back side here. Here we go. Now we got it tight. So we got that to get the wrench. I had to put the wrench in from the top side there. Finally was able to get it there. Now let's start it up now and see how much see if it's vibrating any now. Yeah, now it's running nice and smooth. Before it was shaking real bad. Alright guys, so all I gotta do now is just pick my tools up here, get my light out of here real quick. But yeah, like I said, it's a 15 here and a 15 on the back, and then the top ones are the top one there is a 12 millimeter. So got this all done. Like I said, this is a 750. The other one we got is a 755. So like I said, if you want to work on something like this right here, if you got to put an alternator on, if you had to put the alternator on it, it will be an absolute job to do, especially the belt. Because like I said, I've had one of these tore all the way apart before, like completely. I'm talking about all the way down, pull the radiator out of it, and had everything down to the motor just barely sitting there because I had to put new rubber bushings in the motor. So got this job here done. Like I said, we're going to head off to the next job, get these tools picked up. And like I said, here's again is the bracket here. Like I said, just it broke off, and probably would, I mean, it had been like that for a long time. And I would say probably what happened, I mean, there's the part number there. I would say probably what happened is I would say more than likely what happened is that bottom one got loose, and when it got loose there was just too much vibrating there, and the metal's not that thick there, and it probably just snapped it right in half. So like I said, guys, if y'all want to y'all need to see more stuff like this when I'm working on, like I said, just hit the like and the subscribe button there. And like I said, I'm gonna try to keep making as many videos as I can. Thanks again.